And this, of course, is a picture of Janet with her son. How is that even possible when we know for a fact that one of her parents is a full blooded Indian woman? When Janet Jackson has two black American parents. I'm telling you, the shilling is messing up their thinking. They can't think, they don't think. I would say pray for these people, but I don't think these people are in the position of needing prayer. They might need something else. Let's move on from that. I don't need to go any further into that. Let's see what this one is talking about. This one just said Janet Jackson, girl. That's a nothing burger. So let's move on to the next one. And shout out to Live from NYC for the 20. They said Kamala has been black for as long as Oprah has been skinny. That was a good one. I appreciate that. That was funny. You made me laugh with that one. I appreciate. And you know what? I needed that. I needed that after reading that last one. So this person right here, and I want you to understand something. I didn't mention this before, but I want you to notice something. Many of the people that have a problem with this, I've seen and noticed one or two types of people. They're either black women or black members of the academy. That's what I've noticed from the people who have a quote unquote problem with what Janet Jackson said. But this person said Janet Jackson sounded an absolute fool in that interview, and I'm very disappointed. All you're disappointed. Well, in your disappointment, the world is going to continue to spin. Janet Jackson is still going to perform and live her life, and you're going to continue living your life in your disappointment. Next. Now, this one right here was the one that I think one of the first ones that I saw when this whole firestorm kicked off. This person said, all Janet Jackson needs to know is Kamala Harris is blacker than Michael's children. Again, why are you bringing Michael Jackson into this? This has nothing to do with Michael Jackson or anyone attack. Well, in those kids. This was the best this person could have came up with because they couldn't attack. They couldn't go at her either other way. So let's go after Janet Jackson's nieces and nephews. Well, niece and nephews. Yes, we know that Michael Jackson's children are PC. Like I said earlier, you're preaching to the choir. Why did you even bring that up? I can't. I can't. Oh, yeah. Oh, Ozzy. Nicole went in. You know, Nicole is one of the biggest Michael Jackson fans that I know. And if you talk bad about MJ, she's going to be right there to light you up. Nicole's view said, you are absolute trash, you effing POS. To attack this woman and her family while they are grieving the death of a loved one. Now, that's the interesting thing part right there. I forgot to mention. Janet Jackson just lost a brother about a week ago. Tito Jackson isn't even cold in the grave. And they are hurling these attacks. She went on to say, just goes to show how effing low life and disgusting a lot of you political whore sycophants are. But let me look at their bio. 28 B stand. So they like Beyonce. Oh, good. I'm glad I know that now. So Ravine, if Beyonce was to come out and say that, to which Janet said, would you stop being a part of the Beehive or not? Inquiring minds would like to know. And shout out to the person that just sent me the Cash App. Now let's get to the last line of bookmarks. And this is the one that I intentionally say for last. I have one more article I'm gonna go through after this, but I wanted to go through these posts first. And y'all already know what it is. DL freaking Hughley. Now this mofo here, he let his whole girdle show with this.
Punk ass bitch.
DL Hughley, he showed his whole derriere when he made all of these posts right here. So somebody, I don't know if they screenshot it and then just kind of paste them all together. But let's start with the first post. He says Janet Jackson questioned if Kamala Harris is black in new interview, and he says, "Wow, just wow," as if you hadn't already heard people question that before. But because it's Janet Jackson, y'all want to act all surprised. Shout out to the other person that just hit the Cash App. He then posted another link where he said Janet Jackson claims Kamala Harris isn't black, says dad is actually white via TMZ, and then he says, "Come on." Then here's where he gets into his little, I guess, his roast, quote unquote. All I know is Kamala looks like she did when she was in Oakland, but Janet doesn't look like she did when she was Penny. What the hell was in that iron? So well, of course she's not going to look like she did. She was a child when she played Penny on Good Times. She was what, like 10, 11, pre-teenage? The woman is almost 60. Of course she's not going to look like a little girl. And then he going to say, what was in that iron? And that pissed me off too, because that was the first episode that she was on there. Of course, we all know she was being abused by her mother, and one of the more infamous scenes of that series was getting burned with that iron. Then he says Kamala Harris looks the way she does because she has a mom from India and a dad from Jamaica. Janet Jackson looks the way she does because she has a plastic surgeon. Team DL. So now, because Kamala is of mixed heritage, that means that she looks better. Is that DL? Is that what you're saying now?